Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I wanted to do a quick comparison of the Pam's Vintage Tarot purchased from GameCrafter versus the Pam's Vintage Tarot purchased from DriveThruCards. If you live in the United States like I do, those are the two easiest companies to order this particular tarot deck from. And this is one of my favorite decks. I just love the design. I love the size of the cards. It's one of my go-to decks. So I actually decided to order a backup deck. And this time around, so the first deck that I purchased was from DriveThruCards because I read online that they are higher quality. So I went ahead with those the first time around, and then the second time around, I actually decided to try out GameCrafter cards because they had a couple of other things in stock that I also wanted to order, so I just ordered everything at once. And I just got the GameCrafter cards in the mail today, and I do notice a few differences in between the two decks. So I wanted to hop on here and just compare the two real quick for you in case anybody out there is wondering what the differences are. Basically, the first difference that I notice is in the boxes themselves. They're both tuck boxes, but you can see that the DriveThruCards box is slimmer than the GameCrafter box. So everything GameCrafter is on this side, everything DriveThruCards is on this side. The other difference is this is like a standard tuck box that you see everywhere from GameCrafter. And from DriveThruCards you get this tuck box that's basically just folded together, which I don't mind. It's just interesting because I have not experienced a box like this previously. See, you can kind of just unfold the entire thing into one piece of cardboard. So those are the differences between the box. And then if you look at the coloring, they're super similar, but you can see there's a slight difference in coloring. And this is noticeable on the cards too, although you would never notice unless you were comparing them side by side and looking for the differences like I was. But I feel like overall, the DriveThruCards are a little bit more warm toned and everything leans a little more yellow and brown. Whereas the GameCrafter deck is a little bit more cool toned, and I would say that the blacks are blacker and the whites are whiter in the GameCrafter deck. So the cards themselves, I'm not sure if you'll be able to tell here, but here's the Empress from GameCrafter. So there's the Empress. And then here is the Empress from the DriveThruCards. But the biggest difference is actually the way the cards feel. And the way that the cards feel is probably what's going to cause me to order only from DriveThruCards in the future. And again, it's totally a personal preference thing. But even though the card stock is the same thickness, it feels... How do I say this? The GameCrafter cards feel a little bit more matte when you touch them, even though they don't look totally matte. They like both have a linen finish. And then the DriveThruCards feel a little bit waxier, and they have like a little bit more bounce to them when you're shuffling. And I'm a riffle shuffler, so that matters to me because I'm constantly destroying decks from riffle shuffling, and I just feel like the DriveThruCards deck will last me longer because of the way that I shuffle. Like if you have the Wild Unknown deck or the Fountain Tarot, like those are both decks that I feel like the card stock isn't very bouncy. It doesn't have that bounce to them. So if you're shuffling those cards, you can kind of just bend them and they start looking wonky. And I don't feel like that would happen with the GameCrafter cards right away, but just comparing the two side by side, I feel like if you are a riffle shuffler, you will destroy the GameCrafter ones faster than the DriveThruCards. So that, in a nutshell, are the differences between the two. I hope that was helpful to somebody here. I actually did order from GameCrafter also the Pam's Art Only Tarot. So that's like this recreation of the Rider-Waite-Smith with no numbers and no titles on them. And this is actually the reason I originally ordered from GameCrafter, because I couldn't find these cards on DriveThruCards at the time. However, I did just go online and find them, and I ordered them. So soon I will have the Pam's Original Art deck with this crackback design from DriveThruCards too. So if you're interested in that comparison, definitely let me know, and I can pop back on here and compare the two of them for you if you want that. Yeah, otherwise, I will just see you in my next video. Bye!